This first story is called Am I the Asshole for Telling My Husband I Told You So and Laughing at Me When We Got the Paternity Test Results?
Hey guys, not that.
Hey guys. Cut.
Hey guys, my name is Estefania,
And I'm EJ.
and welcome to our podcast, our first episode. We are extremely nervous. Not our usual nighttime.
No,
Situation.
we're not nervous. This is just what we do this. We do this every time. It's fine.
Anyways, I don't know how many podcasts you've been in, but yeah, no, this is definitely a little nerve-wracking. We decided to create this podcast. We are a family of 4. We have 2 younger kids, a 6-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. So with that comes a lot of laundry.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I'm fantastic at washing it, I'm dreadful at folding it and putting it away.
And I'm no help.
And he is zero help. So I'm kidding. He helps.
I do my own laundry.
He does. I literally don't touch his clothes.
Fair.
So we're like, you know what? Why don't we start this podcast, fold our laundry, and we can read you stories while we're at it. We are very into storytelling, listening and reading all these different stories and different perspectives from people,
True.
Whether that be like creepy stuff, murderous, or just like funny, hilarious things. So we decided, why not? Fold laundry. And instead of watching Game of Thrones or
we will still be watching.
We still will. Sunday night, never miss.
Yep.
Let's do this too. So,
And we also love drama, so
we do.
We're all about this. I'm sure you guys do too. So
we do like the drama, and we decided to do it in our bedroom. And
Yep.
even though it's in a very strange scenario, we're like, you know what? I mean, this is where we do laundry. Why are we going to pretend like we do it in the living room?
Yep.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, that's number 1. Okay. Oh, whoa, hold on. Let's do 2 at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, we're not going to sit anywhere.
And usually, I would like to say I separate everything. But we ran out of laundry baskets, and that's how much laundry we had. So I had to literally just like pile everything up, But I promise you, I do separate towels, colors, kids' clothes, our clothes.
I throw everything together for my clothes, but who am I? Color doesn't change.
Anyways.
So how's it going to work is that I'm going to read a story while Steph does her thing, and then vice versa. She's going to read me a story. We both pick 3 stories each, and we'll talk about it. So our first episode, we decided to go with Am I the Asshole? I'm sure many of you are familiar with Am I the Asshole? This is
normal for everybody.
Yeah.
Are they an asshole?
Well, yeah, they're trying to figure out if they're doing the wrong thing or doing the right thing. So it's up to you guys to decide, and us. We'll talk about it. This first story is called Am I the Asshole for Telling My Husband I Told You So and Laughing at Me When We Got the Paternity Test Results? Spicy.
Oh my God.
Spicy.
That's crazy.
So I, 27 female, have been married to my husband, 28 male, for 2 years and gave birth to our daughter 5 weeks ago. I'll try to keep this short so I don't waste any of your time with any irrelevant details. What happened was our daughter came out with blonde hair, pale blue eyes, while my husband and I both have brown hair and brown eyes. My husband freaked out at this and refused to listen to my explanation that sometimes babies are born with lighter hair and eyes that get darker over time. He demanded a paternity test and threatened to divorce me if I didn't comply. So I did. After my daughter and I got home from the hospital, my husband went to stay at his parents' house for the first 3 weeks to get some space from me. While I recovered, and he told them
That is insane.
what was happening.
I would kill you. I don't give a F.
I mean, I agree, honestly. My mother-in-law called and informed me that the paternity test revealed that the child wasn't his. She would do anything within... Sorry, my bad.
Dude,
that if the paternity
read correctly.
I'm struggling. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be.
Close, that's one.
We'll cut that. My mother-in-law called and informed me that if the paternity test revealed that the child wasn't his, she would do anything within her power to make sure that I was taken to the cleaners during the divorce. I had my sister,
The
Talina.
cleaners? What does that mean?
So take it it's an expression saying
We'll
we'll
sue
clean.
you.
Yeah, we'll sue you for everything. Whatever, something like.
Get the fuck out of here. God, people are so stupid.
I had my sister to lean on and help me take care of the baby during this.
Fucking asshole.
We got the results back yesterday, and my husband came home to view them with me. I was on the couch in the living room, so he sat next to me and we started to read the results. They showed that he was the father, and my husband had this shocked, kind of mortified look on his face with his eyes wide as he stared at it. Couldn't help but say, "I told you so," and started laughing at the way he looked.
Yeah, well deserved.
My husband snapped out of his shock and got mad at me for laughing at him. So, in short, he yelled at her and, yeah, he shut up. So, after that, my husband went back to his parents' house to clear his head. 2 or 3 hours later, my mother-in-law called me to scold me about laughing in my husband's face because apparently it was kicking him
That he
while
was
he
the
was
father.
down.
Get the fuck down. Get the fuck like, oh my god, get the fuck over it.
She also left a couple nasty texts essentially saying the same thing this morning. I don't think I'm the asshole, but I'd like others' perspective on this.
I mean, I don't think she was an asshole either. I mean, I don't know. I guess since we're not there, it's hard to see exactly how it was that she said it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude.
I mean, we're also getting
It's
only her perspective,
well,
so
and
this
it's
is
also like, what did you expect? Like, I
yeah,
mean,
fair.
like, fine. I feel like if you genuinely thought as a person, as a woman, that the baby wasn't his to begin with, you wouldn't have taken the paternity test. So the fact that she did that should have given him first that indication. So one, that yeah, it's
Well, she
his.
also got threatened by her
Who
mother-in-law,
gives a
so
fuck what she says? At the end
I
of
mean, fair. Yeah, I agree. That being said, as a guy in this situation, I can see where the husband's coming from as like this baby literally came out blonde. They're both
so
brown hair. Yes, okay. It
so
could
you know
be
how many times like colors thing those type of things just bounce generations and then it just ends up with like with the fourth person in line, like, oh damn, we all have brown hair, brown hair, brown eyes, and then this child came out looking different. Like,
I mean, true. But as a he him, I understand what he's saying. So what I'm saying is from I'm obviously an Asian guy, and if this baby came out
oh
with
well, I mean,
blue eyes,
obvious.
okay, so
No,
we don't
not blue
have their
eyes. No, not blue
okay.
eyes because you never know.
I
But
well, I would also ask for a paternity test, like I'm
well,
saying, as a
no.
guy's
Let's be
perspective.
honest. Let's be honest. If this baby, obviously, if our baby didn't come out looking Asian to begin with, then absolutely request it. But if the baby came out with blue eyes but looking Asian, like automatic paternity test?
Well, because we don't have a lot of Asians where we live. If we were in California, I'd be like, I don't know whose Asian baby is that.
Wait, what is
Who
that?
damn white baby is that?
What do you mean we have a
All
lot of
I'm
Asian?
saying is that he just felt like the baby didn't look like his. Which again,
Okay,
it
fine.
could be.
So let's
Yes.
say
So the
yes, whatever.
paternity test.
Paternity test, perfectly
Yes.
fine, whatever. We need hangers.
Oh, that's true. Go get
Paternity
that.
test, fine. But it's like, I mean, again, like, what did you? I just don't know what he expected. What he expected her to be like? Oh, are you okay? And blah blah blah. Like, you literally left. First of all, you left her alone while she for the first week or who knows how long, the first 2 weeks with a newborn.
Yeah.
That is one of the most difficult things ever.
Yeah.
The
So
sleepless nights. It's just so. First, you do that. So douchebag or red flag number one.
yep. Yeah, I agree. I think regardless,
You
he
thought
did
she
this
was.
completely wrong. I don't think she's the asshole at all.
No, I
I
don't think
think
so
that's
either.
deserved.
You think she was going to be sympathetic to you? Get
I
out
was
of
just
here.
with the first part, like, okay, you're feeling insecure about this baby that kind of doesn't look like you or doesn't have your same features. Get a paternity test, but you don't leave your pregnant wife that just gave birth for 3 weeks to go to your mother's house. It's ridiculous.
No, and then
This
clearly,
guy's clearly an asshole.
no, yeah, and clearly he's a freaking mama's boy, and that mom
One
will.
hundred percent.
Oh my god, get.
Yeah. So in the comments, this is pretty cut and dry. Everyone agrees that this guy's the asshole.
Yeah.
Other people have questions, try to get more details out of her, but at the end, it's just
He's the
this
asshole.
is cut and dry one. This is
Yeah.
nice and easy to the point. That guy's an asshole. He's a mama's boy, and never leave your wife to deal with the baby while she's recovering. At the end of the day, so that was a doozy.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay.
What the hell is right?
So I'll go. This is a little long one, so stay with me. Okay. Don't fold towels. You don't know how to fold the towels. Actually, okay. Can I teach you how to fold the towels?
No, I know how to fold the
No, you don't
towels.
because they don't end up looking like this.
Yeah, so you do that, and then you go here, and then you go here, and then you go here.
No, look how loose that looks.
Loose.
Mine's looking tacked. No, look how much bigger it is.
This is
Can
our
you?
whole relationship.
Yeah, well, if you just listen to me.
Okay, tell me how to do a towel.
Okay, so
This is the segment we
no.
like to call Tell Me Your Way.
Okay, pick it up again. No, no, unfold it.
Wow, the truth comes out.
Long ways. There you go. Now you fold it.
Together?
No. Yeah,
This
of
way?
course. No. Yeah, of course together. How else do you fold?
She's so mean to me, guys. And then
Fix
what?
that corner, please.
For all you Asian people, if you like Latinas, this is what you're going to deal with. What? What's the next thing?
Okay, now fold it again.
Like this.
Yeah.
Or down.
No, no, that's right.
This way.
Yes. And now you fold it 3 ways.
I forgot every step of that. I'm not going to lie to
But
you.
don't worry, I got it here. Okay. So, step with, or follow me. So, am I the asshole for telling my husband that I see him as a liability and not a partner? Sorry for the long posts. It's 2 a.m. I, 34 female, have been with my husband, 37 male, we'll call him Nathan, for 8 years. Ever since our daughter, 3 years female, was born, I have been unable to trust Nathan with anything, no matter how small. Background context. When I was 19, after a semi truck driver fell asleep at the wheel and turned my car into scrap metal with me inside it, I have enough metal holding me together that I light up a Christmas tree for TSA and physically impaired with good days and bad days. I used a portion of my settlement check to buy a house outright and have it retrofit to accommodate my needs as I'll eventually require a wheelchair.
Oof.
I work in software development as it's fun and nobody cares if I work from bed on bad days. My husband has not worked in 5 years, which has been fine until our daughter was born. Between the settlement money, a paid off house, and my salary, I enjoyed having him there with me. He contributed by handling most of the domestics. We pay for weekly cleaner with monthly deep cleanings because it gave us more time together. Ever since our daughter was born, it was like a light switch turned off in his head. For our daughter, he would buy the wrong size diapers, not fully mixed bottles, put diapers on backwards, leave out poop covered wipes, ew,
It's disgusting.
forget to latch cabinets. This past week, he has gone to the store 3 times because he keeps coming home with the wrong size socks and shoes for her. I eventually just ordered the right ones on Amazon. For me, he has tried to help me with my weekly pill organizer fill up and several times has spilled the contents of new medication all over the floor. Then, not seeing that he didn't get them all off the floor, he has repeatedly brought me grapefruit juice to take my medications with. A huge no. He has repeatedly forgotten that I have a dairy and that I can't have dairy and puts milk in my coffee or cheese on a burger. He has broken so many things of mine from being careless. Why?
He wants to be
This
in
is
here.
our cat Zazu.
And he has attachment issues.
He has huge attachment issues. He just like has to be inside with us. All over our clean clothes. My friend. Okay. Now go down. And now he wants to go back outside. This little sucker. Okay. I can't have dairy and puts milk in my coffee or cheese on a burger. He has broken so many things of mine from being careless. He shattered my laptop because it slipped out of his hands when he tried to pack it for a trip. Even after I said I would pack my own electronics. We've lost so many spoons and forks to disposals. I tried to replace the head gasket in my car and over turked the engine bolt, which shattered and sewed which shattered inside. She misspelled that. Shattered inside the block, and two different shops said they couldn't repair it. We ended up getting a new vehicle because a replacement engine would cost $11,000. A week later, he crashed a new car. Oh my god. A week later, he crashed a new car into a garage door because he thought he'd pressed the brakes, not accelerator. We wanted to do TikToks and streaming as a hobby. I supported him in a, he wanted to do TikToks and streaming as a hobby. I supported him initially, but I quickly noticed a pattern. Anything regarding our daughter or me, he was sloppy and careless. He never whoops his own stuff. He would build entire sets to stream and make videos with them, leave the garage and leave his brain in the garage. It came to a head 4 nights ago. He streamed himself building a new set piece, 9 hours straight. Meanwhile, I worked, clocked out early to pick up our daughter from summer camp, cooked and fed both of us, got her ready for bed. He came out to help put her to bed. I let him know that I needed to get some work done and would be in my office. I asked him to take the trash out. He says he will. 2 hours later, I left my office and the house felt really warm. He'd taken the trash out, but left our front door partially open, and was back in the garage with his game volume really loud. I panicked since our daughter is able to get out of the bed, and thankfully she was sound asleep, but she could have easily toddled right out of the house and he wouldn't have noticed. Then I noticed a stove burn. Oh my god. Then I noticed a stove top burner was on with a small pot on it with nothing inside. I didn't use the stove for cooking that night. I popped my head into the garage and say, "Hey, I need you for a minute." I informed him of the door situation and he responds, "I thought I locked it." We checked the camera and no, he did not. I asked about the burner being on and he said he was planning to make ramen and forgot. He pulled a still hot pot off the burner and put it straight into the sink on top of our daughter's favorite plastic plate, which is now ruined. I'll admit, I overreacted and screamed, "What are you doing?" He realized what he'd done and pulls the pot right off our daughter's plate and straight into the countertop. I grab it quickly and run it under water to cool it down. I tell him I can't tonight. I can't deal with him. I'm taking my meds and going to sleep. He gets a cup from the cupboard and sets it straight on the burner that I'd been on. I hit So he gets a cup from the cupboard and sets it straight on the burner that had been on. I hit my limit. I started crying. He kept saying that it was fine. Things happen. It's just an accident. He's had a rough day from streaming. He's just tired. Why am I crying? It's just a cup. We can replace it. The anger hit, and I said, "Because I have a liability and not a partner."
Oof.
He said, "What the fuck does that mean?" I screamed that it's because I can't trust him to do anything, that I'm always having to watch him like a child, always having to bear the cost of his mistakes, that every time I get careless and think I can trust him to be an adult, I'm always the one getting fucked over. And then I said, "I can't see you as a partner anymore. You're just a liability in my checkbook." Ooh.
Sheesh.
He immediately he immediately stormed out of the kitchen and went to bed. I called my mom and told her what happened. She thinks it's just stress and offered to take our daughter for a week so we could figure this out without our daughter seeing it. She says it was an asshole thing to call my husband a liability. In the morning, I told my husband that my mom would pick up our daughter from summer camp and offer to watch her for a week. He said, "Okay." And that's the only interaction we've had since. He spends all day in the garage playing games with his friends, making TikToks and streaming. For food, he's been ordering DoorDash and having the person deliver it to the garage. It's been days, and he refuses to be in the same room as me. I've tried messaging him to ask if we can talk or figure out a solution, but he's just left me on red. If I pop into the garage, he ignores me, but apologizes to his friends or viewers for the interruption, and Geek unmute his mic when the noise stops. Geek? I don't know what she meant by that.
Gamer terms, maybe?
I don't know.
No clue.
Before the blow up, I've asked if there was something going on. I tried to gently respond every time he screwed up so our daughter didn't associate mistake to anger. I asked him to schedule with a doctor to see if something's going wrong medically. He always says I'm overreacting, people make mistakes, and I don't see an issue. And I didn't see an issue even when the same mistakes kept happening. When I tried to get him to understand that it was concerning just how expensive his mistakes were getting, he'd wave it off as, "It's not like we can't afford it." I love him dearly. I just miss the person he was before we had a child, the one I could trust and rely on. Did I screw this up forever? Was I being too harsh on his mistakes? Am I missing something? Am I the asshole?
That was a long one. Holy moly. First of all, this guy sounds clumsy as hell. Um, I mean, he's not wrong. People make mistakes, but it's a lot of back-to-back mistakes. As a gamer guy myself,
Ugh,
I could see
don't get me started.
some of what's happening here, and he's probably on autopilot, or reverting back to, I don't know. That's a lot of mistakes.
You just let your games get in the way of everything.
Yeah, that you're just too focused. I mean, I hate to say it's just games. If this guy has a following and he has people that watch him, it's potentially a job, but it seems like he's taking his job over his family, which isn't great. At all times. I mean, people do that all the time. Doesn't mean it's necessarily right.
I just think personally, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I just think that a man, and this is not all men, but I feel like sometimes a man really does put their hobbies first. They don't see all the small details that a woman does. I mean, most men probably wouldn't know that your daughter or your son has a favorite plate or a favorite spoon or a favorite cup or a favorite this. And the fact that he didn't even notice the plate was there and just places it right on top and doesn't care and kind of brushes it off as if it's not a big deal. I don't know. I just think that, was she harsh to say that? I think absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that, I feel like, I get when you're angry, you just spit things out.
Something wrong with your neck?
No, I'm just pointing at you.
With your neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes to spit things out at me. It's not nice.
Yeah, right. Anyways.
Anywho.
Out of both of us, who is the quickest to anger?
Me.
Okay. Who is the quickest to spit things out?
You.
What? You're such a liar.
That's for the viewers to decide. But at the end of the day, this guy's an asshole. She's not the asshole. She could have said it in a nicer way.
I don't think she's the asshole. I don't think he's the asshole. I really don't.
He's
honestly.
Incompetent.
No, I really do think that maybe he has something going on.
Yeah.
Maybe something
true.
mental. I mean, it sucks that he's fighting it and he doesn't. Babe, just put the kid stuff in that basket.
I mean,
there's no point.
I guess because this was such a
doing?
long one. What? What?
Are you folding or
I'm rolling?
Okay. Okay.
Anywho.
Sorry.
I think he did some asshole-ish thing. It might just be nobody's the asshole here and they need to communicate more.
Yeah, I don't think that he's being an asshole by any means. I just think that he's being very reckless. That's all.
Yeah, he's a clumsy guy and he probably does.
It is maybe very just expensive stuff, and it's after not correcting it the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever time, it gets frustrating as like somebody who has to take care of all those mistakes. So I can see her side of it. Who knows how extreme it is, because I think since it's been happening for so long, maybe she's exaggerating how the extremity of the mistakes.
And the time of writing too plays a part here, because what if she writes this immediately after she's already expressing her anger? Up. Yeah, she's riled up. So I mean, this is it seems like a lot has happened that she's gotten to this point. I think if she communicated a little bit earlier, or did she say that she was communicating that?
No, I don't think she did.
Yeah, it sounds like it's communication issues and this guy needs to lay off the video games. Hard to say again, if it is his job, if he is making money from it, doesn't necessarily mean you ignore all your responsibilities. So, which is mainly your child. The child's
always... How
always...
cute is this bathing suit?
Target.
Love it.
We love Target. Anyway, so verdict.
She was an asshole for saying that. She's not an asshole for everything going on, because if that's how much it is, I understand her frustration on having to constantly be on top of stuff because you just feel like you can't trust.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. This guy needs a reality check, I think.
Have you been folding your undies in front of the camera?
Yeah, but this thing's blocking it. You guys don't need to see my undies. All right. Next story. Am I the asshole for announcing our pregnancy at my brother's wedding after he proposed at mine?
Oh, oh.
Yeah, buddy. My brother said he was going to propose at my wedding. I told him no, that it was a day about myself and my wife, and we did not want any distractions. My mom lost her shit. She said that he wanted family he might not see again for a while to be part of the proposal. I said I didn't give a shit, and that if he did it, I would have knocked him out.
Oh, hilarious.
He did it.
Oh.
And, and my mom said if I tried kicking him out, she would leave too. I just remember seething inside. My brother got married last weekend. Instead of a welcome to the family toast, I used this time to announce that we were expecting our first baby. My mom was upset, but my grandmother told her to sit down and shut up. We spent most of the reception talking to family we would not see again for a while about our coming baby. My mom says I was an asshole for taking attention away from my brother on
Oh
his
my
wedding day.
God, you could just see whose side she's on.
She she got really mad when I reminded her that she threatened to leave at my wedding if I kicked him out after he proposed. I have the screen cap of the text messages.
Hmm.
I mean,
Okay, keep going.
that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the end of
So
the
am
story.
I the asshole?
Yeah, I mean, am I the
No,
asshole?
absolutely not.
Hmm.
No, no. You know, first, like, he was very secretive with his phone and started coming up with excuses to not hang out as much.
Uh-oh.
I chalked it up to just stress from work at first. Then, last week, I was at my mother's house for family dinner. Laura wasn't feeling very well and ended up leaving the table to lie down. My mom asked me to check on her. So when I went to her room, that's when I saw Jake's jacket on her chair.
Holy crap.
My heart sank, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions. Later that night, I confronted Jake. After a lot of deflecting and denial, he finally admitted that he had been seeing Laura behind my back for the past 2 months. He begged for forgiveness and claimed it was a mistake. But that wasn't the worst part. Laura came over the next day looking distraught. She confessed, that she's pregnant
Uh-oh.
and that Jake is the father.
Uh-oh.
She said she didn't mean for this to happen and that she was sorry. I was devastated and furious. I told them both that they had betrayed me in the worst possible way. My mom is heartbroken too, torn between her daughter and stepdaughter. Here's where I might have been the asshole. In my anger, I exposed everything on social media.
Oh.
I posted their affair and the pregnancy, tagging them both. The fallout has been massive. My friends and family are in shock, and Jake and Laura are being shunned and harassed online. They're begging me to take the post down, saying I've ruined their lives. My mom thinks I went too far and should have handled it privately. So, am I the asshole for exposing their affair and pregnancy publicly? I feel like they deserve to have been called out for their betrayal, but now I'm second guessing my actions. I just don't know what to do.
Was that the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, she's the asshole, I think, in my opinion. Because, yeah, obviously she got betrayed by her boyfriend and her sister, stepsister,
Yeah,
sister-in-law,
stepsister.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's an asshole. Why air that out? Why air your dirty laundry out to like the people of the world? Yeah, they deserved it, but you're kind of embarrassing yourself. You're calling them out, but why? It's like kind of like a move on thing. Kind of hard to move on because that is your stepsister, but that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah, I think she was an asshole too. She shouldn't have done that. I personally would never do that, so I can't relate to why somebody would take it that far.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, seething anger,
I
like
mean,
just
honestly, they
so
kind of
mad.
deserve it.
Yeah.
They really do. Can you put that over there in that pile? They kind of deserve it, but to take it to that point, that's another extreme. So, am I the asshole? Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
You
You
are.
is the
You
asshole.
is the asshole.
Yes, you are.
Kind of juicy for the friends list, though. I'd be like, whoa, give me an update. Like, what's going on?
I know,
Social
for real.
media is
Actually, I wish there
crazy.
was an update. It
There
sucks.
is no update?
No, there's no update.
Okay,
It
wow.
sucks because like 2 months is not a mistake. 2 months of like hiding behind her back and
Oh, it was 2 whole months.
2 whole months of
Wow.
just like going behind her back and dating, seeing Laura and blah blah blah. That is not a mistake.
That
So
is not a
I get
mistake.
her anger. I
Yeah.
My question is, I mean, I don't know if they lived together at that point, so I don't know. Like Laura and the girl who posted, but my question is like, how did Jake get away with it? How did the mom not suspect anything? Maybe, I mean, I'm
Well,
assuming he probably like would
they live
sneak
together,
in.
right?
I don't know. It's never told. It's never said.
Because, well,
It's
the
never
mom.
said if the writer and Laura, the stepsister, lived
Oh,
together.
I see. So the stepsister, mom and dad lived together,
Yes.
and then she came to visit at dinner. I think that's
Yeah,
what
I'm
it said.
assuming. Yeah.
Well, that's what it said. So, yeah, that's crazy. How did, I mean, teenagers, or not teenagers, but people could just sneak in to houses really easily. So
That's
that's
so
not,
true.
that's not, it's not out of the realm of
I'm not
possibility,
even
but
gonna touch on that subject.
yeah, same. So, yeah, she's the asshole. Don't put that out on social media. Those aren't things that you put on social media. That's just weird behavior. And I get it out of anger, but nah, she's the asshole.
Yeah,
They're asshole too.
unfortunate.
They're also well,
Oh
everyone's
no, they're
assholes. I think
assholes. Oh,
everyone's assholes.
100%.
Yeah,
They just their move was more asshole-ish.
yeah.
She just took it too far. Also, my love, when you go to fold my stuff, my shorts, it's the button is always out. And then you fold. And then you stick this in and then you fold.
You hear that, guys? That's how you fold
Ow!
boxers.
Boxers. Those are literally like down to here.
Anywho, okay. This is the last story from my end, and this is: am I the asshole for slapping a teenager? I love this already. I, 32 female, was at a water park this last weekend with my husband, 32 male, and my daughter. We were in one of the pools practicing swimming and keeping to ourselves. There was a group of teen boys there, and while I was working with my daughter on swimming, one of them came up behind me, and I felt a tug on the strings of my top, untying it. I spun around and saw this 15 to 17-year-old with a smirk and slapped him. This quickly caused a scene. The park staff got involved, as well as the boy's parents, who were livid at me. My husband and another lady saw it happen and confirmed that he did really grab my top. There was also a camera around the pool that kind of showed it. Wasn't the best angle. The boy's parents threatened assault charges, and I threatened sexual assault charges if they decided to go that way. Eventually, we were both asked to leave and haven't heard anything since. My husband, though, still thinks I overreacted a bit, which I don't. Am I the asshole?
Um,
That's hard.
I feel like that was like just her
Instinct.
instinct
Yeah.
to just slap a kid, just to slap in general. Like I,
It's hard because when
I don't.
she's
I mean, I
writing,
could if that was me, I would have literally. I don't know what I would have done to that kid.
you would have yelled at him. I don't think you would have slapped him. I think you would have held
Yeah, I don't
back.
think I would have slapped him either. That's aggressive.
It's
I
and
don't think she's
and
the asshole, but I do think that she took it too far.
yes. So which the husband does agree with. So he thinks that she overreacted. So, I mean, at the end of the day, from what she's writing, it says I spun around and saw this 15 to 17-year-old with a smirk. So like she had time to think, and she thought, and she slapped, which some
Yeah.
teenagers deserve it, honestly.
Oh no,
If it was
teenagers are
legal.
fuckers. Teenagers, literally. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, that was too
Um,
much. That sucks because it sucks that she ends up looking like the wrong one because she was wronged. Like
yeah.
like they literally. That's so disrespectful. That is
Yes.
just like. I mean, like you be a teenager, but like, dude, you really think that it's okay to go behind somebody and like untie their bathing suit top? Like that is just like, and with their daughter there, like
Yeah.
literally your morals are on the ground. Your morals
Yeah,
don't even
but yeah.
exist. I
Okay.
don't care.
Yeah, I'd hate that. I don't
No,
want to go the route that they're just teenagers,
no,
but
no, 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 no,
that's
no. If you
at the
say
end of the
that,
day, this is still in a way sexual assault, and that's not cool. The worst part of it is the parents. I mean, if Lucas grows up and does that to somebody, and there's people that saw it,
I would smack him.
she would smack him herself.
Yeah,
But
I would literally go
what
off
if
on my
somebody
son.
smacked Lucas for doing that?
I don't know, because I
Yeah.
would just be like, what in the world were you thinking to begin with? How
Yeah.
did you think that that was okay?
Yeah, definitely a tough one,
By the
but
way, I kind of want to just mention that obviously, since we're doing laundry, we're going to be moving around a lot.
yeah.
So if you don't see me in the frame, it's because I'm putting my clothes away in the closet.
Yes, and I'm sure you guys will do the same. So
Yeah.
this
I
is
mean,
laundry day,
if we're doing laundry, I can't just have it be piled up here.
which is also why we have wireless mics because we're going to be moving. So, what's your verdict?
I don't think she, I don't think she was the asshole. I do think she took it too far.
Yes. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Reddit says the consensus is she's not the asshole, and that's a natural reaction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're
They're
a
on
lot of
her
the top
side.
comments is on her side because a lot of them are saying, yeah, not the asshole. They were assaulted. I think the thing comes with there was cameras that saw this happen, and this is clearly sexual assault or just assaulted. And yeah, kids need to learn their lessons. So a lot of
Yeah.
people are saying sue them. I would not sue a
No,
15
no,
to
no, no,
17
no.
year old.
Well,
Like this is
I mean, that's just too extreme.
yeah,
That's too
and
much.
if you don't nip it on the butt with these teenagers, they're not going to learn when they're older, and that just turns them into creeps. At the end of the day, they just turn into creeps. That's just what it is. So, yeah. So not the asshole.
Not the asshole. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Okay. Let me go to my next story. The gang's here. Nala, introduce yourself to the people. My name is Nala. I'm sassy. I have beautiful green eyes and shiny gray hair. And I'm mama's girl forever. Okay. You're gonna act like you don't love me?
In front of all these people.
Yeah, for real. You're like obsessed with me. I love you. We have 3 cats and 2 dogs. It's a little extreme, honestly.
And 2 kids. Don't forget the kids.
It could be a lot. Clearly,
It's clearly a
I'm
lot.
trying to wipe my hair off. So, am I the asshole for divorcing my husband because he spent 10 minutes in the car during a family emergency? I, female, have been married to my husband, male, for 2 years. He has a habit of sitting in the car 5 to 10 minutes before entering the house. I don't know why he does it, but he talked about a past traumatic experience he had when he came home and caught his ex cheating on him. Because of that, he's just spent few minutes in his car before he enters his home as a response to his trauma. Now, I won't say that he's wrong in coping with what happened, but this has made me feel uneasy and it has caused many fights between us. Like when we have guests, he just sits outside before coming in, or when dinner is waiting on him and he'd take 10 minutes silently in the car. I was worried about the inappropriateness.
We're on camera, Nala.
Nala, she doesn't care. I was worried that something might come up and he does not respond properly, and it happened last week. My 8-year-old tripped and fell from the stairs and broke his ankle. He was in so much pain, and I
Oof.
called my husband to come and take him to the hospital. He rushed out of work. Then I called, and then I was stunned when I looked out the window and I saw him sitting outside of the house in his car. I was both shocked and angry. I ran outside and asked him how long he was sitting in the car. He told me about 8 minutes. I asked why didn't he just come inside the house immediately to help? And he said that he would after 2 more minutes.
Oh.
I was so mad and hurt, but tried to rush him, and he insisted he wouldn't feel comfortable coming in until the 10 minutes were up. He told me to get my son ready to take him to the hospital, but I started screaming at him nonstop, telling him that this was a family emergency and that he was out of his mind to behave like that. I shocked. It might have not been the best response, but I was shocked by his behavior and quite concerned because I had the situation always stuck in the back of my mind, thinking what my husband would do when my son or myself if there was a family emergency. I ended up taking my son by myself when my neighbor intervened and offered to take us. We went to the hospital and later my husband came in and tried to talk to me, but I refused. I then went to stay with my mom and texted him that I wanted a divorce. He tried to rationalize and justify that he's done saying he could not help it and that he was nervous and wanted to help my son but felt stuck. I refused to reply to his messages, and days later, his family literally harassed me, saying that I was making my husband's trauma more severe and that I disrespected his boundaries by pushing him off the limits. I feel lost and unstable to think because of the whole ordeal. My family are with me on this, but they may be biased sometimes. My husband is still trying to basically talk me out of divorce, saying I'm making a huge deal out of it. I feel like I no longer have trust in him, especially when it comes to serious stuff like how cold he acted in a family emergency. To clarify that my son isn't his biological son. We don't have kids together. So am I the asshole for wanting a divorce?
Wow. The husband clearly needs therapy. Like he needs to
Whoa.
figure
Sorry.
clearly needs to figure out what
The hell is
that
going on
thing.
with him?
Yeah, that's a whole issue. I get routines and I actually do understand the 10 minutes in the car. Um
But
I
your 10
think
minutes are different from his 10 minutes.
no, I understand. I'm just saying this is very very common for guys to do, to like literally sit in the car
Kind of
and
like
then just
decompress.
decompress right after work. This guy's reason is obviously a little bit different. Um, trauma needs therapy. He needs to figure that shit out. But when there's an emergency, he needs to get the fuck over it, especially with the child. It's not his. It doesn't matter. He
You
committed to it.
decided, yeah, you
Does not
committed,
matter.
you decided to take it on. That is your child.
That is your child, and you get up. You get over those Trump. You're being
It
selfish.
should. I wonder if because he's not his biological son, I wonder if it just didn't snap in him to jump into it. Like, oh my God, I need to go take care of this now
Well,
because
it sounded like it because she said he rushed home, but it seems like this traumatic experience, whatever he had, is that like he couldn't get himself to do it. He seems like he was, if she wrote it like he was rushing to go, but he just couldn't get there. Now, does it call for divorce? I don't think so. I think they need therapy. Honestly, I think he needs therapy, and I think divorce is a big step for that. Something that he's always had since she's been married to him.
Yeah.
But imagine, what if there was a robber in the house? Like, would he, like, what if they're held at gunpoint? Would he also take those 10 minutes? No, he probably wouldn't, right?
I don't
I don't know.
know.
We
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I
So
don't
clearly, this
know.
guy needs therapy because if there was a situation that like that happened, if that happened with Lucas, I'm in here, and we're out, like
Yeah.
quick,
No
in and out,
questions
no
asked.
questions asked. Um, she's not the asshole. I think she took it too far.
Took it too far for wanting a
Divorce, yeah,
divorce.
I think divorce is far. I think that's a big
A
step
stretch.
for something that he can get help on. I think she needs to help him.
I feel like maybe she's tried helping him. It sounds like they've been together for a little now, for a
Two
little
years.
while. And well, married 2 years, right?
Yeah, married 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. So who knows how long they've actually been together, but I feel like maybe she has tried helping him and she's clearly understood it. And, even though she says that there has been a lot of fights between them
Hmm.
regarding that, she still, just decided to accept it. And it is what it is. Is she the asshole for wanting a divorce? I do think that she took it too far.
Yeah.
I think that they absolutely need to just try to talk it out. Therapy. He needs to figure out what
Yeah.
in the world is going on in that
Yeah.
brain. Man, you
That's
men are
bad
just
trauma. That's bad trauma.
you men are crazy. You men are. I think men are way more mentally ill than women.
Well, 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 and we've come to that portion. No, that's not true. That is clearly not
Oh,
true.
absolutely. Because you
That's
guys
insane.
don't deal with a lot of stuff. You guys really don't. You guys brush everything off. Your family.
Does what?
Yeah, oh,
Does
don't you
what?
dare.
Does what?
What brushes everything off? Your family like acts like there's. I love your family, by the way. I love his family. I love my mother-in-law, my parents, like my sisters-in-law, everybody. But his family is notorious for brushing stuff off.
Yeah, because there's some things that aren't a big deal. I don't think that has to deal with guys being more men. Let's keep on
Well,
topic here. You say men
Well,
are
I'm just okay.
more.
Sorry, you're right. So stick to men. I feel like just men are quick to brush everything off. They don't want to deal with anything. It's not in your guys's nature to talk anything out. So I feel
I
like
agree.
everything is just, brushed off. And I think that over time will just mess with your head. You will just start developing all of these, difficulties and emotions and things.
Yeah,
And
but that's a big step to say that men are more mentally ill than women. I don't. I don't think it's gender specific. I actually think that it's just person specific because women are just more vocal about their mental issues. You know what I mean? So it just seems like women are just more crazy sometimes.
crazy.
Okay, sorry, mentally ill. Let's be professional here. Um, no, this is not a topic about men versus women right now, which obviously men are better. But what was the consensus on Reddit? What did they say?
I'll be honest. I didn't look into the. It says that. It sounds like he's stuck in his compulsive behavior. He needs to find a professional help to address it.
Agree.
P.S. I hope your son's okay.
Yep. It's just a broken
Um,
ankle. He'll walk it off.
yeah. Okay. It says it sounds like he's stuck. Okay. He has refused professional help and his family sided
Yep.
with him. Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, I've been a long time Reddit user, and in a lot of these stories, family family will back you up
Oh,
even when
yeah.
you're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll see it clearly with moms siding with just the completely
Their son's
wrong.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah. There is such thing as mama's boy. So, um, I am a mama's boy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, yeah, they both. She's going too far. He's
Yeah.
needs therapy.
Divorce was a huge leap.
Yeah.
He needs help. He needs to accept it. If he wants to continue that relationship, he needs to admit that yes, I have something going on and I need to go to therapy for it.
Yeah.
And she needs to give him that chance to go to therapy and work it out.
It doesn't help that he's got his family's back because a lot of people just listen to their family, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
and it's like, No, he clearly needs help. An emergency situation like that, that's a worst case scenario, and not jumping to that is insane. It's just crazy. Therapy is available in a lot of places, so you can get online therapy. It seems like it's easy. I don't need therapy, so I wouldn't know. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't think she was an asshole. I think she was an asshole for wanting divorce, though.
yeah,
If that makes sense.
so cool. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in Laundry Day. This is again Tales of the Fold. I'm EJ.
The Stephanie, yeah.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.